The update for Season 8 changed so much in Fortnite Battle Royale that you probably didn't notice every single detail or addition to the game. Epic Games put so much work into this update, and there is still so much for players like me to discover even weeks after its release. Tons of details that go along with the storyline have progressed along with the update, such as the dragon eggs from last season that used to be in the Ice King's castle, as well as the prisoner skin that seemed to somehow create the volcano. All the changes that Epic Games implements can sometimes be so easy to miss, and no matter how you play, you can't exactly explore every inch of the map. However, I think it's easier this time around than last season to find all the new Easter eggs, especially considering the fact that everything isn't covered in snow. The actual theme of Season 8 isn't even that clear yet, but most of the additions around the map have to do with pirates. I guess that's because they have just discovered the island and are looking for their long-lost treasure or something. Today's video will be going over the top 10 hidden Easter eggs in Fortnite Season 8. Let's go. Number 10. The new secret chest. When Epic first added the block to the game, there wasn't much of a reason for anyone to land there. The loot wasn't always the best, and at first it was really easy to fall to your death, because the structures weren't exactly cities or anything along those lines. Now, to fix the problem of no one going there, Epic Games decided to create an attraction to make people actually visit the block once and for all. This, of course, is the legendary treasure chest. And it looks pretty awesome in my opinion. No other chest in the entire game is like this one, and the loot you get from it is equivalent to getting a whole supply drop. Who wouldn't want to basically get a free supply drop? On top of this, when you land at the block, this won't be the only loot you get, so if you end up being the only one to land at the block, you'll be absolutely stacked for the rest of the game. I really like how Epic actually modified the block perfectly so people would actually go there instead of just completely removing it from the map. I love the idea of having players' works of art featured on the map that everyone plays on. I know if a map of mine ever got featured, I would show it off to my friends for so long. Number 9. The new animal structures. Everyone loves animals. At least most animals. Can't exactly say I love spiders, but dogs? Don't get me started. In Fortnite, Epic Games has a trend of creating massive structures of varying animals. In the past, we've seen animals such as a llama near Junk Junction that is still there, and a giant wooden crab when Moisty Mire was still a location. I still miss this lonely little marsh, even though I never really dropped there. Today, if you drop near Lucky Landing, you will see a giant brick pig. And if you land just north of Snobby Shores, then you'll see a giant wooden rabbit. These aren't much of an Easter egg since these animals are pretty massive, but I doubt you'd notice that Epic added these two animals to the map since they aren't exactly in places that you would be landing. I rarely ever go to Lucky Landing or Snobby Shores, and when I do, I'm never exploring the area around them because there's just nothing there. Number 8. X marks the spot. If you have gone deep into the woods in the new region of the map, then you may have stumbled across several stones in the shape of a massive X. You may even have been lucky enough to find a chest or two in the middle of this X. This small addition to the edge of the map is obviously a part of the whole pirate theme they added in Season 8. If you recall in the intro video to Season 8, one of the pirates was holding up a map and they were looking for treasure. This could possibly be the treasure that they were looking for on the map, even though in the actual video, the Ice King, the pirate, and prisoner all surround a chest in a different area. If Epic Games planned to release treasure maps when Season 8 dropped, then I doubt this Easter egg would have ever been added to the map, considering we actually go and hunt for actual treasure that will give us a legendary loot. Honestly, they probably had extra space in the woods and didn't know what to do with it. If you look at the map while you are at this X, then you will see that it is so far from every named location and is on the edge of the map. I'm glad that Epic is at least trying to make sure every area on the map isn't just a grass field. It's maybe a little different than Season 1. At least we don't have to run around for 20 minutes until we see another player or loot. Number 7. A new hidden lodge. If you go east of the volcano and go all the way to the edge of the map, then you will see a tiny, pretty useless lodge. There is a ton of loot here, but it makes you wonder why exactly Epic Games added this. It even has a super strange floor plan. If you look at it, the entire kitchen and living room is outdoors. Maybe the people who once lived here enjoyed going outside, and that's also the reason why they had an RV. Or what if this little hut belongs to the pirates? I kinda doubt this since there are no pirate flags, but still, who would make a tiny hut like this on the edge of the map? If you decide to land here, you might regret it pretty fast. It's rather far from any named locations and has very minimal loot. I recommend going here if you are in a solo game. If you are in a duo or squad game, then you'll just die as soon as you come across any other player with better guns. Number 6. Stone faces. In the last season, we were faced with some challenges that had us visiting giant stone faces on the side of mountains. Well, in this season, they're back. and there are even more than before. In the new region near the edge of the map, just next to Sunny Steps, I believe this is one of the biggest mountain faces we've seen so far, and I doubt you'll stumble across it unless you're purposely scouring the edge of the map for it. The second face can be located near Happy Hamlet, and this one is completely made of ice. This face, like the first one, is on the very edge of the map, and there's no real reason to be going for it. It's not like this giant face will give you any guns, and there are no chests near them. Finally, the last one is one you've probably seen from the last season, and this of course is the desert one near Paradise Palms. This face was included in one of the challenges, and you even had to go back to this location to unlock a secret banner if you paid attention to the loading screen you unlocked from that week's challenges. Number 5. The Easter Island Heads. Do you remember the old Easter Island heads that were around the map when rifts were first introduced? Well, guess what? You can go and visit one again. This time, it's located up on the western coast of Lazy Lagoon, and it's completely overgrown. It also now is wearing sunglasses for some reason. I can't really explain that one, maybe because of the volcano eruption or something, I don't know. If you plan to visit this giant stone head, then be prepared for a long walk unless you have a jump pad or land here straight from the battle bus. The face is located on the top of a very tall hill within the trees, and if you get a hoverboard to get to this location, then that would be ideal. Number 4. The Fork and Knife. In previous seasons, we have seen a giant umbrella shape in the ground near the motel in Lazy Links. This Easter egg pertains to the joke that Fortnite is sometimes called Fork Knife. I don't really get why this is added to the map, but it's definitely nice to see that Epic Games pays attention to the jokes that can be seen in the community online. Number 3. New weapons that can be seen in the loading screen. If you look closely at the new Fortnite loading screen that you see when you start up the game, then you'll notice that 2 of the characters are holding never-before-seen weapons. On the left, we see Blackheart holding some kind of old musket, and on the right, Ember is holding a massive compound bow. This loading screen could possibly be hinting at the addition of these 2 new guns, and I'm not too sure how I feel about this. The musket could be as useless as the scoped revolver, and the compound bow could just be as bad as the crossbow. I guess we are just gonna have to all wait and see, unfortunately. Number 2. Remember the dragon eggs from Season 7 that were located in the Ice King's castle? Well, they're back, and in a completely different location. If you land inside the new volcano, then you'll see a throne on the far back wall. To the left and right of this throne are the 2 eggs, and now you can see the outline of 2 dragons as well as veins within the shell that indicate the dragons are alive. Do you think these eggs will hatch in Season 8? Or they will be relocated again and finally hatch in Season 9. These eggs have a lot of potential in terms of bringing players back to the game, since a lot of people have switched over to Apex Legends. Imagine if Epic is somehow able to create dragons around the map that look like they are from Dark Souls. Now, how awesome would that be? I don't even know what we would be able to do with the dragons without it being insanely overpowered, but I definitely love the idea of riding around the map breathing fire onto whatever is in my way. Number 1. The Kraken. If you paid close attention to the intro video to Season 8, then you may or may not have noticed the Kraken sitting in the bottom left-hand corner of the map that the pirate was holding when he came ashore. This isn't exactly a huge clue to anything, but hear me out. In one of our previous videos, we mentioned the possible addition of some kind of Kraken city to the game that was found in leaked coding. Could this map be used as evidence to prove that a Kraken might be making a visit to our beloved Fortnite island? Huh? Who knows? Who knows? But it's an idea. Well, that's a wrap to our video on the top 10 Easter eggs in Season 8 of Fortnite Battle Royale. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe for more related gaming content. Thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next one.